up, guys? It's Friday. What are we gonna do this weekend? I really have no idea. I'm still excited about what happened last weekend. It finally runs. It actually runs. I know who put that engine together. Well, not the internals. It's a crate engine from Jegs, I think is where I got this one. Everything on the outside we put together and did paint it. And I did do the gear drive. And that could have went very horribly, but it didn't. Sounds great. Super excited. We're actually getting pretty dang close to bodywork and paint. If you've been watching for a while, you know how excited I am about doing that bodywork. It is August in Southwest Florida though, so we're not going to be doing that until wintertime. So I got a little bit of time to procrastinate with that. But we are getting close. So I'm looking at these two panels that we worked on recently. The cowl panel and this header panel, core support cover panel. I want to work on them a little bit more this weekend and probably shave that corner light off the other side on the bed, because we haven't done that yet. Got a little ahead of myself. What I'm wanting to do is that I don't like this hard edge on this cowl here. So I'm thinking we'll actually drop that down into this distributor cove a little bit, like maybe to here, just to kind of fill that in a little bit. And if we had that cowl off, we wouldn't know where to put that. All right, now we can take it off. This panel here, I believe that one needs a similar treatment. We need to cover this area here above the radiator, probably radius it around the hose there. Who knows? We'll come up with something. Let's do that cowl first though. It's thundering out there. I really need to get a metal brake, because I don't want this piece we add on there be hanging there. I want to put a little bend in it so it's more finished off. So this is what I've come up with. This piece here is exactly 1 1/4 inches, which is the exact length that I wanted this piece to go down. I got it clamped together here, and I'm just going to pull up on this, put a little bend in it, while I make a mental note to save up for a metal brake in the next project for the channel. That was actually a really dumb idea. Why'd you let me do that? Hey, I never claimed to be the smartest clown in the garage. I just claimed to be one. So funny thing, when I took that starter out last time and I couldn't get that bolt out, if I would have just taken the other bolt out also, we could have snuck that starter around the exhaust. We'll give that, I don't know what, like 1/4 inch? Yeah, like a 1/4 inch flange on it. We're gonna go with a 1/2. We don't just want to do that on the bottom, we want to do that on the sides too. So we'll go in a 1/2 inch from here as well. The finished piece needs to be 5 1/2 inches long. So from there we'll go 5 1/2 inches and then add another 1/2 inch to that. So that'll be 6 inches from the end. We'll go in a 1/2 inch from that end. I'll just give it a little slice there in the corner. Put our metal brake back together. We'll give it a good whacking right there. That'll work. Imagine if we had the right tools for the job. I think we need to shorten it up a little bit though. It's pretty much sitting right on top of those plug wires. That's better. Pretty sure that'll do what we want it to do. Good morning. Sun is shining today. I think we'll get that welder fired up, see what we can do with this cowl panel, then move on to that header panel. See what else we can get into today. Get our little piece cleaned up a little bit here too. It's all ready for some welding. Well, we just have 2 tacks on that. We'll set this in place. Make sure it lines up right. Seems to line up pretty good. Still a little too early to be grinding on things. I don't want to make too much noise in the neighborhood on a Saturday morning. So we'll go ahead and set this aside, figure out what we're going to do with that header panel. I think we'll just start with a pencil here and mark kind of where about we want to put it. That was that 22.5 by, we'll make it 2. Steady rocking on. All right, so we got some poster board here from the Dollar General. I like to get the stuff that has the 1/2-inch squares on it. It's less messing around with a tape measure. So if we wanted that 22.5 inches long, that means we need to have 45 of these squares. And instead of counting 45 of them squares, I'm just gonna use a tape measure. And what did we say? Oh yeah, 2 inches. We can count 8 squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We might not want to count all them squares, but the lines are nice. We just got to cut along the dotted line. It's not dotted, but you know what I'm saying. Well, that was almost as dumb as that starter. Counted 8 squares. 8 squares would be 4 inches, not 2 inches. I blame it on the heat. It's not even hot. Much better. So a couple little changes here. Wanted a radius that around the hose here. That was easy. I had another one of these. I just traced that. Perfect. Another change is that it couldn't be 22.5 inches long because the hose that goes from the radiator cap to the overflow, that's in the way. And I was going to radius it around so it kind of goes underneath it. But then this panel wouldn't be very easy to take off and put back on. And since the radiator cap is going to live underneath it, it needs to be fairly accessible. So I just snipped off an inch or so. But our template here that we have now, this will work good. Right, Missy? She don't care. She's waiting for a ride. She has patiently waited for a ride, and I don't know how many cars I've built. She always gets the first ride. Don't worry, Missy. We're a lot closer than it looks. We actually really are. I'm close enough where I'm starting to think about the next project. We always had the Model A, but that's never going to be a main focus on this channel. We'll build it, we'll finish it. It's just not going to be the main focus. Anyway, let's cut this out of metal. If we could find a straight edge on this thing, that'd be nice. That'll work right there. All right, I think it's late enough to fire up that grinder. I even had time to start this panel. Let's get this ground down. We could throw this cowl panel back on and then continue with what we were doing with that header panel. Got that ground down. I tossed a little primer on it. Needs a little bit more metal work yet, but I mean, what doesn't on this thing? For now, I think I just want to mist some red spray paint on it so you can get an idea of what it'll look like when it's on there. Yeah, I'm gonna like that. And the face of that will end up doing the red bed liner, so that matches. When we finish the one up here, we'll probably do the same thing. Paint on top, and then our cover piece here, that'll be this bed liner. Yes, sir. Now we can get to cutting this guy out. So this is what I should have done on that other piece too, instead of trying to do like a box break or whatever. Just welding that round rod in there just works so much better. Be nice and strong and nice and rounded. Oh well. Just like that. Grind this one down like we did that one. I think we can see how well it's going to fit. Thinking something like that? I'd like that. So I got distracted, which happens often. And I finished this piece here. It sucks. I hate it. I hate everything that I paint until the next day. But the reason that I'm upset with this, I can't sell this, I can't do anything with this, because this line right here, that orange line, yeah, that whole area is like an inch off. I'm not happy with that. I could never take anybody's money for this. I couldn't even give this away. So we're just gonna set it up here on this shelf.
Perfect.
Probably the smallest table I've ever worked on. So when this was on the truck, we made a mark of where I want this little drop down thing to be, and it's right there. We're just gonna say 1 inch from the edge, and we'll say 12 3/8 from the end. I better write that down. Now I'll have to transfer these marks to the underside where that thing's got to live. We got that thing just tacked on there, and I think it'd be a good idea to test fit it. We're gonna run with that. Let's weld it up. Here comes the rain again. It's been raining a lot lately. I guess it is rainy season, so you'll have that. We got that tacked up every 1/4 inch or so. I'm not sure if that needs to be welded up solid, really. It's just a little cover panel. And then we'll paint that red too, just so we can kind of get an idea what that might look like. I also burnt my thumb real bad. That kind of sucks. All right, we'll give that a little bit of red here. Maybe. Dang it. Try this one. How about this one? Winner. Problem is it's not red. It's Chevy orange. But that's right. We're just putting it in there to look at it. Make sure it's something we want to continue on with, which I'm sure it will be. A big old blister already. How's it look from over there? I think it definitely needed that. And when it's that red bed liner, it'll look better. I don't really like how you can see that it stops behind that overflow though. I'll have to think on that. We could probably come up with something to make that look better. It's looking pretty okay though. We're on the right track. What do you guys think? I'm thinking we swing this thing around and shave that other marker light. How is it Sunday already? Our weekends out here go by way too fast. One of the lines in a song that always comes to my mind is by The Movement, and they said, "You can't live life for the weekend." Unfortunately for most of us, that's all we can do. We're making the best of it though. We have fun weekends out here. If you're having fun hanging out in the garage, hit that subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it. So this piece here, cut this out good while ago when we did this light. Cut it out for the other side that we're going to do today. That was pretty nice of past me to be thinking about present me. That fits pretty good in there. So we're actually going to leave this factory area here because it's keeping structure in that panel, and it'll take on some of that heat from the welder And when we get to the bottom side of this bed, we'll be able to cut that out and clean that up how we should. So just get some paint off of there and get to tacking. Tacking. I think that's ready for glue. If I had $1 every time, I'd have lots of dollars. Tack, cool it down. Tack, cool it down. Get them about an inch apart. Then we'll start stacking them. Stack attack, cool it down. Stack attack, cool it down. You know how we do it. Ooh, well, there it is. We are all welded up. We just got to grind it off. And I'm about out of roll-lock discs. I got one little one left. So we're gonna get as far as we can with this. I'll have to go get some more. But hopefully we can get that ground down. We got some holes around it we're gonna need to fill up yet, but I'm not gonna be able to grind them off. Those roll-lock discs are done. So I think what we're gonna do is just throw some primer on that for right now so it doesn't rust up on us, and call that good enough for now. And we'll be revisiting that when we're revisiting back here, because that's got a lot of finishing work to do also. So this side of the truck, there's no side marker lights, front or back now. But over here, we have the new ones we put in. And they're gonna be these little sound off signal M-Power lights, just like this third brake light here. That was the plan, but they're expensive and I don't have access to them anymore, like I said. So I'm gonna stew over this for a while. I'm gonna look at this side, I'm gonna look at the other side and decide, do I want to put the lights there or do I just want to shave them off? I'm thinking I like them in the back on the bed more than I do on the front fenders, I'll tell you that. I don't know. We'll just get a little bit of this etching primer on this for now. That'll just keep it from flash rusting before we get to it again. I know it wasn't the most exciting weekend we've had out here in the garage, but it was fun and we got some stuff figured out, got some stuff started, and every little task is a task closer to being done. So I'd say we did all right. Thanks for coming by and hanging out with me in the garage. If you feel like you want to support the channel a little more than just watching it, ltscustomgarage.com for cool t-shirts, pinstripe art, not that one. Or check out the channel memberships if you want a little extra content. And you can get here in the garage before anybody else. Anyway, here's a video of how all this happened. See you out there.